Guys, it's real. It's actually happening. Hi book lovers, my name is Christina and welcome back to Cozy Novel Niche. Today I'm here with such a special and random video. I don't know how I will edit it, what form will it take, when I will be able to actually upload it. But I'm so happy to be here because finally I can tell you that at the end of March, from the 25th till the 8th of April, I will be away for 2 weeks for my honeymoon in Japan. Like, for real, finally I will be going to Japan. I can't believe it, and I'm sorry I'm makeupless and whatever, but I'm just so happy. So first things first, Japan. Japan will forever be probably one of my biggest dreams, like travel dreams ever. I wanted it since I went to probably middle school, and I'm beyond excited. I love Japan. I love the culture. I love the food. I love the history, and of course I love the more mainstream aspects of it. Of course I grew up watching tons of anime and reading a lot of manga, so of course that aspect too. And then the music, J-pop. I used to listen to so much J-pop when I was in middle school and high school. You won't believe it. And just the idea that I will finally get there. And then, except for being my dream destination that I wasn't even sure that I would ever be able to visit, it finally became more of a reality in, let's say, 2018, 2019, when I decided that me and my then boyfriend wanted to visit Japan together and go there. So we started preparing everything, and in 2019 I finally booked everything, and we were ready to go in spring 2020. And we all know what happened in spring 2020. So that was a no-no, of course. So I had to delete everything. To get money back was such a tiring process, but we made it. Somehow we made it with like a minor loss of money, so it was still, everything was good. Of course we were disappointed and bummed, but in the general scheme of things it was okay like that, of course. Then we thought that we will be able to go in 2021, but that did not happen, again because of obvious reasons. And then we decided that maybe it will become our honeymoon. So we wanted to get married last year and then to go to Japan as our honeymoon. But unfortunately last year Japan reopened, but with a lot of limitations. And so you were able to visit the country, but if you were a foreigner, a traveler, you had to stick with a group of people and you were surveilled like all the time. There were actually kind of tour guides that were more like guards, and you were forced to follow a certain path, and then you were confined to your hotel for the whole night. You weren't free to go wherever you wanted to go. So that wasn't our ideal trip. We wanted something different for a trip to Japan. We wanted to wander and go around and enjoy the sights and the food and everything, just to absorb everything in a very natural, easy way. And of course, being our honeymoon, we didn't want to go with a group. We wanted to visit as a couple. So finally, at the end of last year, we started planning, and we decided that this year was the year for us. Even because since we got married last spring, that gave us only 1 year with our respective companies where we work to go to a honeymoon, because otherwise we would lose the opportunity and we had to use our actual like holiday days, vacation days. So that would be a whole other story and hassle. But we somehow made it, and by the end of December we started planning. At the beginning of January we decided to go with tour operator. So usually I plan all of our trips and I do everything, but this time I really wanted someone to take care of me pretty much. And being so far away, not only like distance-wise, but also language-wise and culturally-wise. I wanted to be sure that if anything happens, I will be able to pick up the phone and speak with someone. So the tour operator allowed us to have that. It's something that I wouldn't have had if I organized by myself, and it's not a problem for me to speak English. But in Japan, it is still there is still a language barrier, because they can speak English, but some of Japanese people are very shy at it. Some don't speak a great English if you move away from the big cities. And so I just wanted to be sure that everything will go smoothly and that I don't have to think about everything like twice, thrice, or whatever many times it takes. So yeah, long story short, we decided to go with a tour operator. We booked our trip, we kind of tailor-made it for us, and so we will be able to visit the central island of Japan. We won't be able to visit Hokkaido or Okinawa because of obvious reasons and limits of time. We will have only 2 weeks as a leave from our jobs, but there will be more than enough as a first time visit. We will make it count, absolutely. So we will be visiting Tokyo, then we will be moving to some of the the mountain towns, and then we will be moving to Kyoto. Then we will go and see Mishijima, and then from there we will go to Koyasan to visit the Buddhist temple, and we will be staying with the monks for our last day, so that will be an experience. So that's pretty much our tour that we planned for ourselves. And this brings us here. So I have this behemoth with me. This little Lonely Planet book is only 1,000 pages long. I'm reading this much, pretty much. That's the only thing that I've been reading for the last, I don't know how many nights at this point, but it's totally worth it. I'm just trying to have a general idea of what I would love to see, where I would love to go, because we will be, of course, we will be moving around on a whim pretty much. Like, we will wake up and see if we're too tired or if we're hyper and very excited and want to walk for 1,000 miles in a day. We will just see how it goes. And we're still planning, we're in that phase, but I really wanted to share with you because this means, of course, a change of schedule for this channel. Even if I don't have that much of a schedule in this last month, something will change during this year, hopefully, and I will get better at it. But right now my life is really a mess for a lot of different reasons. But getting back to the more bookish-like content of this channel, I will for sure be bringing with me these two things that are bookish related that I owned for a very long while, but I kept them aside thinking about this trip to Japan. And this is these two notebooks. This one is actually a simple notebook inside with, oh sorry for my phone, inside with plain pages, but it has this beautiful illustration of spring and autumn, and actually I have a full poster of this illustration that has all the 4 seasons, and it was in a Japanese like subscription box that I got, so I kept it because I think that I would love to kind of stick here everything and write down my notes and stuff like that, even if I don't know if I will have the time. But I really want to impress it into my memory because that will be such an iconic travel for me. I want to remember it for my whole life. And with the same note, I have this one. This is in Italian. This is partially a notebook and partially a book. It's called Noto by Stefania Viti, and it's a book/notebook for people passionate about travels and Japanese culture. So here inside, it's actually as a notebook, you have this rubbery thing so that you may close it if you want. You have dotted pages to write in, and then you have small parts like here with notes and suggestions and things to do and things to see. So it's a mixture of things, and so I think that I will bring these two with me like in my backpack for this travel. And these are the first 2 bookish items. The other bookish item that I have somewhere here, this is literally something that I had to dig out from under a pile of other things, and it's my ebook reader. This little guy, I've owned it for, I guess, almost a decade at this point, maybe more, maybe less. And this is the oldest version of an ebook that is out there. It's not illuminated, it's a Kindle, one of the first ones. It doesn't know how to do a lot of things, but you can read on it. And so I've charged it, and apparently it still works. It's full packed of books, so of course weight and amount of stuff that I will be able to bring with me is very limited, and so I will be bringing this bad boy with me because it's very light and it contains a ton of books, because I don't know what I will be in the mood for. This kills me, being a mood reader for such a trip, this kills me. And so I have a lot of things in here. I don't remember what I have here. The last time I picked it up, it was probably 2020, when I was trying to just kind of see through all of my ebooks. Never got to do that. I just kind of tried a little bit, maybe like the first 50 books, and then I stopped and surrendered. And so maybe I will continue with that activity on the plane. Maybe I will start reading a book and fall in love with it. Who knows? But this way I will be able to actually have a little bit of choice on the plane and when I will be traveling around. And of course, speaking about the plane, I will choose one or maybe two physical books. I have to stick with a maximum of 2 physical books, because I know me, I would love to bring the whole bookshelf with me, but I cannot and I won't, because I know myself. If I will be able, I will buy 1 or 2 books at least when I will be traveling there, or in the airport when I will be getting back here. So I cannot allow myself to bring too much stuff. So I will decide what book to bring. But right now is a little bit too soon. We're at the beginning of March when I'm filming this, so it's a little bit too soon for me to decide what to bring with me. So that's something that you will see in one way or another on my channel, what I will be bringing with me later on. And so these are the random bookish things. I guess that these are all of the bookish things that I have right now that came at the top of my mind. We're getting ready. I'm getting so excited, even more so because I'm feeling spring coming. Östera is coming, and I'm just so happy and so glad that finally I will be able to go to Japan and enjoy everything. We're buying some like necessities, like for example, we just bought 2 big suitcases because literally in the last, I don't know how many years, I've always been traveling with the cabin luggage, so I only have my small suitcase, and now we finally bought for ourselves 2 big suitcases. Then I bought the neck pillows, I got a mask for my eyes because I cannot sleep for the life of me if there is light outside, and then I have some adapters because of course difference of adapters from different countries. Me living in Europe, it's very different all around the world. And what else I'm thinking about it, like some PJs, for not PJs, like more like a jumpsuit or whatever for the plane, just to travel comfy, stuff like that, like boring travel stuff. But I'm collecting it slowly, and I cannot wait to make a list of like clothing that I will be bringing with me, because of course I want something practical but also a little bit cute for the photos, because I want to take a lot of photos. And I'm sorry if I seem so hyper, it's because I actually am right now. And I'm very concerned about the trip in itself, because it will be my first time traveling so far for such a long time. I mean, we will be having like 18+ hours trip to go there, and then 20+ hours to get back. And we have, here in Italy, we have 8 to 7 hours of difference. We will depart on the 25th of March, so we will have an 8-hour difference, and on the 26th of March we change our time, and so it will be a 7 hours difference. That's that's a whole other story. And so I will have to deal with such a big jet lag that I've never dealt with. I don't know if I will survive it, but I hope that my body will not betray me and that I will be able to enjoy everything at my fullest. And then the 18-hour trip, it's such a long time, so I'm trying to get all of the things, stuff, activities like planning what music to download, planning what books to download, planning what to read and what headphones to bring with me that won't hurt my ears for too long, and if I want to get a couple of like phone games that I can play with without Wi-Fi connection, just stuff like that, like very trivial stuff. But I'm so excited to be thinking about something, planning something that is actually positive, because I've been planning for the longest time in the last years for a lot of things in my life, and we've not managed to achieve it yet. So this is the first big, the first big achievement, of course, was last year when we got married, and the previous year when we finally bought a house. But since I don't live there yet, that's one of my big question marks in life that I'm trying to solve, because we're having a lot of issues with our home situation. But at least I will have this trip to plan and to actually live. So I'm very, very excited. I'm sorry, I can ramble on for forever, so I will wrap it up here. Let me know down below if you've ever been to Japan, if you would love to visit Japan. If you've been there, do you have any suggestions? And if you've ever traveled for a very lengthy amount of time, what are your tips and tricks to just keep yourself entertained and just stuff like that? Just share with me your thoughts. I'm open to any suggestion at this point. And thank you so much for watching this very, very random video that popped out of nowhere, but I just really wanted to share with you this exciting news for me. And I hope that I will be able to film a lot, and that I will have like a travel vlog, or just I don't know what will come out of it, because I really want to enjoy everything, but also to kind of get some snippets of everything to have long-lasting memories. So I don't know what will prevail, but I will try my best to just do it all in 2 weeks. Yeah, that will happen for sure. Thank you so much, and I will see you very, very soon in my next book. In my next video. And meanwhile, grab a great book, curl up with it, and just enjoy reading. Thank you so much. Bye. Ciao.